23% of Harvard MBA graduates were unemployed 3 months after graduation. Not community college dropouts, not people who skipped their studies, people who spent $200,000 on the most prestigious business credential in the world and couldn't get a call back.
A Harvard MBA is among the most coveted. You do that, your life is sorted. Top job at a top company, 6-figure salary, and a relentless climb up the corporate ladder. But maybe not anymore.
This is ground truth. And if Harvard MBAs are struggling, the question isn't whether the job market is difficult. The question is, what exactly broke it? And who broke it? Because this isn't bad luck or a temporary slowdown. What's happened to entry-level hiring over the last decade is the result of 4 specific, documented, and deliberate structural changes. And once you see them laid out together, the picture stops looking like a recession and starts looking like a trap. The first change is the death of the entry-level job itself. Out of 3.8 million jobs listed on LinkedIn, nearly 40% of positions labeled entry-level required 3 to 5 years of prior experience.
Job openings for graduates are at an all-time low. Job listings in both the US and UK are plummeting. And for the first time on record, levels of joblessness amongst graduates is above the overall unemployment rate.
A 2024 study across 8 countries found that 94% of employers required applicants for entry-level tech roles to already have relevant work experience. In the last 5 years alone, the number of skills listed as requirements on entry-level job postings has risen by 20%. Entry-level no longer means entry-level. It means junior mid-career. The bottom rung of the ladder has been quietly removed. The second change is the ghost job epidemic.
4 in 10 companies posted fake job listings in 2024, and 3 in 10 are currently advertising for a role that isn't real, according to a May survey from Resume Builder.
In 2024 surveys, roughly 1 in 3 recruiters admitted their organization had posted job listings that weren't actively being filled. Analysts estimated that as many as 1 in 4 job postings on major platforms were inactive at any given time. But here's the part that crosses the line from inefficiency into manipulation. More than half of the companies posting ghost jobs said they did so deliberately. To make existing employees believe help was coming. To project an image of growth to investors. Some admitted to interviewing candidates for roles that did not exist. A 2025 Congressional Research Service report acknowledged this as an emerging labor issue. There is still no federal law against it. You can post a fake job, waste a graduate's time and hope, and face 0 legal consequences. The third change is the algorithm wall. Almost every company with more than a few hundred employees now uses an applicant tracking system, software that reads your resume before any human does and decides whether you're worth a human's attention. These systems rank resumes like search engines rank web pages. If your formatting confuses the software, or if you use the word LED where the job description used managed, you're filtered out automatically, regardless of your actual qualifications. A 2022 study of over 300 job applications found that only 12% received any response. 5% expressed interest. Not a single application resulted in a hire. And here's the detail that reveals everything about how broken this system is. Employers were actually more likely to ghost a candidate if they met over 90% of the listed requirements. The closer you matched the job, the more suspicious the algorithm became. The fourth change is the AI displacement of junior roles specifically. This isn't speculation about the future, it's already happening in the present.
Layoff announcements skyrocketed toward the end of 2025 as generative AI and economic tightening pressure corporations to restructure their workforces. Many companies are cutting costs by trimming middle management and, in certain industries, eliminating entry-level roles that can be replaced by AI.
Goldman Sachs projected in 2023 that AI could displace up to 300 million jobs globally. And the roles disappearing first aren't senior positions. They're the entry-level tasks that used to be the training ground for careers. Document analysis, data processing, basic coding, report writing. These systems can process information up to 40% faster and at a fraction of the cost of a junior hire. Some tech companies have stopped hiring junior developers entirely, focusing exclusively on mid-level roles, effectively requiring people to have experience they can no longer get because the jobs that would give them that experience no longer exist. Put all four of these together, and you see the trap clearly. To get a job, you need experience. To get experience, you need an internship. To get a paid internship, because 47% of internships in 2022 were unpaid, and paid interns averaged 1.4 job offers, while unpaid interns averaged less than 1. You need to be able to work for free, which means you need to already have money. And if you somehow make it through all of that and submit your application, there's a 1 in 4 chance the job doesn't exist, and a near certainty that a piece of software will reject you before a human reads your name. The unemployment rate for recent graduates in the United States currently sits at 5.8%, nearly double the rate for all workers with college degrees.
Recent college graduates, those between 22 and 27, are facing an unemployment rate of 5.8%. That's nearly double the rate for workers of all ages with college degrees. For students preparing to graduate, the once reliable pipeline into professional jobs now feels uncertain.
The gap between young college graduates and young high school graduates has shrunk from 6 percentage points in 2010 to just 1 today. That isn't evidence that college has become worthless. It's evidence that the structural advantage that a degree once provided has been systematically dismantled by forces that have nothing to do with education quality. Harvard economist David Deming describes young workers as investments, and in uncertain economic times, investments are the first thing businesses cut. Deutsche Bank economist Brett Ryan calls the current environment low hiring but low firing. Companies are holding on to their existing workforce while freezing the door through which the next generation would normally enter. The result is a labor market where experience compounds at the top and opportunity evaporates at the bottom. The student debt figure sitting behind all of this is $1.7 trillion in the United States alone. That is the amount borrowed by people who were told, correctly, that a degree was the path to economic stability, and who are now discovering that the path exists, but the door at the end of it has been locked, automated, or simply removed. There are things worth saying in defense of hiring companies. Economic uncertainty is real. The cost of a bad hire at entry level, including training, onboarding, and the disruption of a departure within a year, runs between $20,000 and $30,000 per employee. Risk aversion in hiring is rational from an individual company's perspective. The problem is that when every company simultaneously becomes more risk-averse about junior hires, the collective result is a generation that cannot start. The entry-level job market doesn't need a small fix. It needs someone to acknowledge that what was once a functioning system for bringing new workers into professional careers has been replaced by a combination of automation, artificial scarcity, and deliberate opacity, and that the people paying the price for that replacement are the ones who did everything they were told to do. This is ground truth. New video next week.